Can you see the makeup that I have on right now? Like, can you actually see it? No, because I'm not wearing any makeup. I might be wearing yesterday's mascara. I'm not really sure, but I don't typically wear makeup. I am not a beauty influencer, and I don't even know if I'm an influencer anyway, but I am a content creator, and I do think it's important to get everybody's point of view when it comes to advent calendars, not just a beauty influencer, not just a luxury people, not just people who get these things for free. I purchase my stuff. I don't have anything sent to me from this advent season that I didn't purchase out of my own pocket that I will later write off. But I'm opening these so you can have the full experience of what a regular working class person does with this stuff. So I'm going to show you what the Sephora calendar is. I paid $99 for this. I'm not even sure that this is the correct calendar because I saw multiple different types of like calendars and things you can open, and I think they're just really getting oversaturated at the stores these days, because if I can't tell between beauty calendars and whatever, then what's the sense of urgency and limited edition-ness? So anyhow, this is the 24 Surprises Advent Calendar from Sephora, and you and I are going to open it. I've not looked at the back. It does tell you everything that's on the back. I just don't tend to look at the back because what do I care? I want to be surprised just like everybody else, and I have no skin allergies or anything else. So I don't know how to open it. I'm assuming it's up here because it's like this, and this is... Now that I'm thinking about so I've not seen anybody open any advent calendars, and now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if it's just going to be a box filled with stuff, because that'd be really sad if it was. This doesn't have the same kind of like advent calendar feel that other calendars have, where you're like opening a box in a way that's like French doors or something like that. So we're gonna... Oh, good. Thank God. I was really worried that it was going to be terrible. So we're going to look to see. These are not numbered. So basically, you're treating this like your very own advent calendar, and every single day for 24 days, you're going to pick out something, which isn't necessarily a bad style. I kind of really like that. The thing I noticed right off the bat is that these are not reusable. This is not a reusable box container. Maybe outside of like pasting something here and using it as a gift box, you might be able to get away with that. But this is a one and done situation. So if you are against waste, if you really like reusable items, this might not be the calendar for you. Now it does look like they have some really cool packaging. I'm gonna just do that because this box is not like cool. I think it sucks. So it doesn't matter. Now as far as like color scheme and stuff like that, I think it's cool. It's like spot on. It matches this and it's pretty. So if you wanted to put these like on your mantle, if you wanted to put these on a bookshelf, I could see these lining up really nice and neat, and you can just like kind of grab and mix and match and things like that. Now because it's 24 days and it is very random, I'm just going to go ahead and start opening them and give you all the goods. So I dropped one. And I don't plan to cut this video, so everything you get is going to be 100% me, and I'm sorry that it's so long, but here we go. This is day 1 of the Sephora Advent Calendar. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. This is Shine and Wear Brilliance Tenure. So this is just top coat. I assume that because this is just a top coat that we're also going to see other things, but this is just Sephora's main brand. I'm very curious to see if this is going to be only Sephora items or if this is going to be something else. So I'm going to go for a box that's this size to see if I can find the rest of it. And I did. I am magical that way. This is Berry Red, number 202 from Sephora. And this is actually a really great color. It's great for the season, I think. And it's a nice muted red. It's not that like heavy, bright red that we see, like, you know which one. Okay, so that's 2 days. So I'm just gonna line them up here. 2 days. So we have a base coat, or I'm sorry, we have a top coat, and we have a nail polish. So I'm gonna assume this is probably, oh, this is not the base coat that I was expecting. So this is Sephora hyaluronic acid. So this is to hydrate and glow. This is a good size for trying out. And that's one of the things I say about most advent calendars. They give you minis and they give you trial size, and I like that for travel. So for me, you know, I can tell you at the end of this if I think it's going to be worth the $100 I spent. Usually they're not. But if you were just hopping into Sephora and you were buying something like this, it might be like $3 to $5. And I think that that's not a bad start if you're looking for trying out things and trials and things like that. So that's day 3. Day 4, let's try a different size. So far the boxes have been this little tiny size. And this is, I'm very curious to see how they, okay, so I was curious to see how they get like the color scheme, because they have to make like this neutral calendar for everybody. This is a charcoal eyeliner, I think. This is colorful, actually. It says contour eye pencil. So I don't know what that is. It's called Black Lace. This is a matte finish. And you can see it's a very pretty color. Just a simple black, which I think goes with pretty much everybody's, like, you know, makeup routine. You can do very cool winged eyes. And I think that that's nice that they included that. It's a very basic color. It's not something that's gonna, you know, go against too harshly against anyone's palette. So this is day 5. Okay, another one of these little guys. This is a brightening eye cream, again from the Sephora brand. So it seems like these are probably only Sephora, and that's interesting because I've not actually had a store brand that was only the store brand. Like, I had the Anthropologie calendar, and that calendar included all kinds of things that were just curated. Same thing with Macy's, it's curated. MAC was the only one that was MAC. But MAC, that's the full expectation. MAC is only a makeup store, where Sephora is a makeup store, but they carry other people's stuff. So I was really curious what kind of calendar this would be. And maybe that's the difference between this calendar and the other calendar. So we're going to move right along to day 6. Wait, 4, 5, 6. This one. This is a bigger one. And I'm happy to see that they do have like different sizes, because it's not just like the tiny little boxes like that hold these things, which means that this will be interesting to see what they include. Oh, cool. So again, these boxes are one and done. We're not reusing these. If we reuse them, we're reusing them creatively to give to friends and family, and probably not opening them the way I'm opening them. So this is actually really cool. I would love to try this. So I'm glad that they included something like this, because out of all of the boxes I've opened, this is the first time I've seen an actual overnight hair mask included, and I am stoked. I cannot wait to try this out, because my hair is pretty damaged from all the dyeing I do, and I think this would be really fun to try. So if you were not a person who would ordinarily go to the store to try something like this, that's where we see a difference in why calendars are really cool to buy this time of year, because you can try so many different things that you wouldn't ordinarily buy. And just for the record, like, if I was not going to use these products, I can very easily regift these things, which is what I love to do. So I feel like when it comes to this kind of calendar, so far so good. Like, we have a nice variety of things that I've seen so far, which is really cool, because when you're spending $100, you want to make it, you want to be sure that it feels like it's worth it. So moving right along, that's 4, 5, 6, day 7, which again, there's no, I mean, you can go through and number them if you want to, but it's not necessary. Oh, one of these guys. I mean, it's a part of a makeup routine, not one that I use, but I'm sure people like this, so that's lackluster for me. But if you are a person that uses makeup and you do foundation and things like that, this is a nice blender. It just says Sephora on it. It's just, that's it. Okay, so day 8. I really like that these are mixed match sizes, because to me, I'm like, oh, another pencil, and it's not. So that is actually really cool. That is something that takes intention, and that is on purpose that they do this. So I like that a lot. I like that. So this is a Bright Booster Mask. This is brightening vitamin C and papaya extract. This looks like little eye patches that go under the eyes, probably to help you not have the bags that you see here. I have self-deprecating humor, not defecating humor. Sorry, it is early morning and I am filming right now. And again, the fact that I want you to know I'm not gonna edit this video, like, that's it. What you see is what you get. Okay, and you keep seeing me recount everything because I do have a lot of symptoms of ADHD and I don't know how to keep track of things in my head. So this is 5, 8, day 9. So one thing I will say if you're planning to reuse these boxes and you don't rip these boxes, you could probably just open them like this, which maybe I should do for some of them. And then you can like open it like that instead of ripping them, because then you can't actually get this one out without like ripping it apart. Like you have to, let me show you an example of that. Like the only way to get something out like this is to rip it apart like this. And maybe that's part of like the gift like feeling you get when you get a gift. So I'm just mentioning that in case. But this one is cool. This one is actually, I don't know what this is, Outrageous Intense Replumper. So this is a lip plumper, and I really like the design of this. It feels like bumps all over it, and it's iridescent. So I actually really look forward to trying this. This was made in Luxembourg, and this color is 01 Outrageous Intense. So that's all it's called. And I am looking forward to trying a lip plumper because I don't really, again, I don't do anything. So I'm curious about this size, this like shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it. We are 9. This is day 10. I swear to God, if I am going to spend $99 on an advent calendar, it better not include this. This is not something I want or need or would ever try, and that makes me angry. I literally have what I want right next to me. So maybe it's different. Maybe people love these, and maybe I should try it and be like, oh my gosh, it's so great. Or I can rip it apart to shreds when I do the blog review. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just, it feels like kind of an afterthought situation. I could see the beauty blender being really important for people, but this is, I mean, I guess, I mean, I could use a hair tie always, but, and I've never used any of these, so maybe that's what I'm missing out on, and maybe I'll try it and then I'll love it. But to me, it just feels like, dude, why not give a 3-pack? Why not give more than just the one? It doesn't feel so exciting. So that's one of the other things I judge these calendars on, is making people, giving the true experience of what it feels like to open a day. If I'm opening something and it's like, oh, this is lackluster, then it's not as exciting. But I also count that against how many days were actually really cool. So if there's only one day that stinks, then the other days are really cool, that it's totally balanced calendar and it's really cool. So even with the MAC calendar, I had 2 days that I didn't like, and that's like out of 24, and it's carefully curated and super expensive. So the fact that there's always going to be something hit or miss for somebody, but I guess it just aligns in what you're interested in and things like that. So we're moving on to double checking. This is 10, this is day 11, and we're moving right along. Oh, okay, so I don't know why. We're going to open it all the way. I don't know why. I don't know what this is, because there's a sticker thing here. So I don't know, like, is this supposed to go on your bag? And then, oh, I know what it is. Okay, we're going to keep going. I think it's going to be for something like this. That's actually really cool. I mean, it's not necessarily my style, but I love that so much. Oh, I actually really like this. See, I thought I was getting a miss because I was like, what do I want a puffball for? But it's actually a really cool design. I really like that. I would like to reproduce these for myself and sell them, because that's how cool I think that is. And I know that people are really big into charms and bags and things like that, or bag charms, and I think this is a really cute one for the season. I also think that since it is hot pink, it is definitely on brand for what we're seeing here, but also that whole idea of like being able to reuse this year round is really fun. So if you have a friend who has a birthday, January 9th maybe, and they like things like this, and you give them something like this, you can totally regift it. You know, like it's a regiftable item. You can give it to anyone. You can do anything with it. In fact, you can make a whole little set right here of a gift right there and give it to a teacher if you felt like it. So this is a pretty giftable, regiftable gift advent calendar. I like it so far. I think it's cool. And, you know, for $99, I'm not really sure yet. I'm not really there yet, but I do really like the intentionality of that. So we're going to keep moving right along. Day 11, right? 5. 10, 11, day 12, and I keep moving my hair to my eyes because I cut my bangs too short and I don't know what to do with it. Yes, 12. Ooh, okay, hey, this is a nice hefty size. This is 56 milliliters, 1.694 ounces, moisturizing body lotion. So I'm excited to try this because I actually have never tried any of their lotions, creams, or anything from Sephora. I've literally only probably bought like a Clinique like makeup something and probably an eye something at some point outside of buying these things. Oh, I think I buy my one gloss there. I don't know what it's called. I forget the brand. But I'm excited to try their skincare line because I've never tried anything from their skincare line. So I think that's really cool. I think it's an excellent size, far bigger than these little guys, which is what I've seen in other calendars. So the fact that they include something this large, it makes me really happy because it's not only good for my purse, but it's also good for travel and to keep in the car. So I like this calendar, guys. I feel like I'm liking this calendar. I feel like $99 is still a really high price point, but it's not. It's very comparable to the advent calendar from Anthropologie, because I've not even seen any perfumes here. Like, this is all beauty stuff, and this is stuff that I feel like I would use more and that more people would use. So it's a very nice general calendar. We're gonna move right along to 14. Oh, okay. Again, not something necessarily that I would use, but I do think it's fun, and especially if this is like, nah, I'm 40. Like, this, I'm never gonna, nah. And I'm not even like that kind of 40 where I'm like, let me wear the cute stuff. Like, no, I'm good. Like, I am 40. I am hitting 50 soon. So, in terms of style and stuff like this is a little bit young for me. I do have a daughter, so she might get this, or maybe one of my cousins or one of the, you know, other people in my life who I can totally regift this with. Like, again, like, you can totally make cute gifts out of these things. I feel like this is a pretty good calendar to be able to do that, especially because I know if this is like $5 or $6, then I can build a gift for about $25-30, and I don't feel like I'm out anything because I opened the advent calendar and everything's really cool. Okay, so I've lost track. What? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A guy at a game convention taught me to group everything by 5, so it's much easier for me to like manage my. They were pieces. They were called honors. I was playing a game called Ascension, and yeah, so now I group everything by 5 so I can count all of my honor. Okay, so we are, let me set it up again. Sorry, guys. And thank you for watching. If you've watched this far into this ridiculous video that I'm not editing, I really appreciate you being here. You know, not a lot of people do the content creator thing in a way that I do it. I'm doing it on my free time. I'm doing it when I have a chance. I'm doing it in between feeding kids, homeschooling kids, taking care of kids, taking care of my mom, taking care of everything. So it means a lot to me when you're here with me, because I know that people are watching the video, and I know that it's not just like the 5 seconds, but that you actually care about my point of view. I want to share these things for you. It's not just so that I can share what I feel about it, but because I don't think people should be spending money on things that suck. I want people to buy things that they actually are going to use, that they actually like, or find a way to regift it, reuse it, and give it on to the next person without it being incredibly like heavy on the pocketbook. So thank you for sticking around. If you're actually watching this video, I appreciate it. And also, like, just if you could leave like a comment or a heart or something, I'd appreciate that, because it means that you've watched it, it means that you've engaged, and it means a lot to me. So thank you for getting this far in the video. And with that being said, I'm gonna move right along back to my content creator voice. And I hope you find this as fun as I do, because this is just the ridiculousness that I offer. So thank you for hanging out here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. That could totally be a stocking right there. Okay. So, and also one of the things I want to say when it comes to like calendars like this, and maybe I'll repeat it at the end. When I'm buying calendars like this and I'm thinking about travel and things like that, when I go to Target, and I don't go to Target often anymore, I would go there and I would buy things right before a game convention, and I would purchase as much as humanly possible to, like, in case I'm gonna miss something, in case this, in case I need shampoo. And the shampoos were like $7 for this tiny little bottle. So the fact that like sometimes you can get things like this in a calendar, it's gonna save me that trip to the store even more, and I'm really happy about that, because I actually have a little bag This was a free item for all the calendars I bought from Macy's. And I'm literally putting all the things for travel because I am traveling in the next, like, before the end of the year. So I like that I can, like, pull from my bag of goodies and just have everything set and ready to go. And that's kind of what this is making me think of. Like, you'll be really happy if you have a calendar like this that can get you some of those items so you don't have to run to the store and buy travel size anything if you're going to be traveling. You know, if you're staying in hotels, it's a little bit different because they do have soaps and stuff like that. But not every Airbnb has everything, and sometimes you just want to have your own stuff, and this is a really good way to try things out. So far so good with the Sephora 24 Surprises Advent Calendar. I actually really like it. I feel like there's an excellent variety, but we are only halfway through, so let's get on with this. So we are now on day 5, 10, 13, 14. Okay? Again, really liking these little boxes, and I think it's cute. I think these are cute. So this is, again, part of this part that I like about these boxes and the fact that you have to kind of like tear them open is that it does give you that feeling of a gift. It gives you the feeling of like, I'm opening gifts today. And that's a really fun feeling when you're doing something like that for yourself, because a lot of people are doing advent calendars for other people and not a lot of people take time to do them for themselves. So I really appreciate something like that. So this is a clean skin gel. This is just a Sephora brand skin cleaning gel, cleansing gel. So it's to tone eyes, face, and neck. I'm assuming this is probably just you wash your face. So again, we're going over here. We're gonna move right along. I think it's good that they include stuff like that. I think it's important to, if you're gonna be giving any skincare or makeup at all, how am I gonna wash this off? Huh? Like that. So day 15. So here we go. Sorry. Ooh, that's pretty cool. This is a remover. So probably good for oils. That's what I've learned a little bit about some of these like makeup products, is that some of them, like the NYX brand lipstick, is forever to get off and you have to use an oil-based remover. So I'm not sure if that's what this is. It says it's waterproof. It just says makeup remover. So shake to mix. And I love the color. I love the design. I think that just in terms of a person opening this box, I think it's got a good variety so far. So let's move on to day 16. Haha. Oh, wait, whoops, I opened that wrong. Okay. They did a good job packing, guys. Oh, okay, I thought it was going to get bigger. No, that's what she said. Okay, a moisturizing and smoothing hydratant Lissant. I'm learning a lot of words, okay? This is a lip mask, which I actually kind of, again, really excited to try because I've never used a lip mask, and I can totally see myself needing it because sometimes I wear my makeup overnight and then I forget to take it off, and then what ends up happening is it dries out my skin and then my lips are falling apart. So I'd like to try this and see how this works, and I will let you know exactly how it works. So we're moving right along to day 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. I kind of wish I would have kept one of these boxes. Oh, great. Here things. I mean, it's kind of good, right? Like, I could probably do something with my hair right now, actually. So I do like these clips. I don't really know why. I mean, there. No, I look like a normal person. I do like clips like this because these are not your, like, makeup clips. These are actually for doing your makeup I'm sorry, these are not regular hair barrettes. They do have the alligator thing in the back, but this is more for like literally putting your hair out of your face. So it's actually not bad. I don't know that I would have wanted it for day 1 or 2 or 3, and I can feel it like coming down. But I do think there is a place for it, and especially if you're doing beauty boxes and things like this. I think this is the first calendar I've seen where this is actually included, which is actually pretty cool. So I kind of really like that. As much as I wouldn't have wanted to buy it, it kind of forces me to have it, which means that I'll use it, which means I might buy it in the future. So that's a pretty cool thing to have. And they did too. So that's like obviously like one side and one side, but yeah, I think that's actually, I think it's actually pretty solid. So we're going to move right along to day 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Ooh, this is the biggest one. This is one of the last big ones that we have. And we're going to go ahead and just, oh, what? Dude, this is dope. All right, this is a setting spray. I don't wear makeup like that, so I don't actually know how to use this, but it's a makeup setting spray, and I think that that's super dope because this is the first time I've seen this setting spray. I think maybe I've seen one more in another beauty box, but this is dope. Like, I've not seen this from MAC. I've not seen this from, like, the bigger boxes, so this is super cool. I really like that they included this. And again, these are all Sephora brand things, so, you know, if you like Sephora, this is probably good for you. I found this at a mall. It was $99. They still had a bunch there, so I don't know if they still do now. But this is cool. I think it's a really good box if you can find it. And if not, I'm sure somebody's reselling it on eBay for maybe around the same price. I'm not really sure, but this is pretty solid. This is pretty solid box. Okay, so 18 day 19. Okay, what's this? I like the color. Love the Lift. Ultra Black Mascara. I really like the packaging. It's a really pretty color. Iridescent dark colors of aqua, blue, navy, and purple. And you can't get it on film quite as pretty as I can see it, but it is really pretty. And I look forward to using mascara. I love mascara. That's probably the one thing outside of like lip gloss, lipstick, and like eyeliner that I like to wear because it's just such a brush up and no problems. It's very easy to use and it's pretty standard in terms of like just making me look like a normal person again. So I like this box. I'm just saying, I'm letting you know I like the box. So I've now made my decision. It is worth it. And it you know, we got 4 more days left. So let's just move along. Day 20. Okay. So, and you can kind of feel like at a certain point what the heft or lack of makes it like a mask or something inside. So just know that if you're picking up something light, you're probably figuring out that it's a mask of some sort. So moisturizing, glowing, hydratant, lychee extract, a face mask. That's cool. I mean, we got hair masks, we have face masks, we have lip masks, we have all the masks. We have a hair mask. We have all the masks. Like, this is a full-on self-care kit, man. This is dope. I like this. I think I like Sephora now. I think I do. Because to me, this is about intentionality as much as it is about selling your product and brand. I think it's really important to include everybody, and this feels very much like everybody. So I like that. I like it so, so much. And again, like, these are very basic neutral colors. These are things that every skin color, every person can wear. And I really like that. So I've never used any of their beauty products, so I don't know if they suck. But I'm assuming that since they have been in business for a bazillion years and everybody knows their name and that they have this whole line of things, that it probably isn't terrible. So we're going to go ahead and move right along. We are on day 21. So last of this long box. Oh, see? Like I said. Oh, cool. I've never seen one with this. It's like a little brush thing. It's tweezers. I love this box. This is a dope box, guys. That just speaks again to like the whole, like, this is a full-on beauty box. Like, this is cool. And all it says is the advent calendar. So just say pick a box of random from December 1st to 23rd. So that's what it says. And then that's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. I like the box. I didn't think I would. I like it though. A day 22. I'm not going to get over this, guys. I'm so sorry. If it bothers you, just know it bothers me a lot more because I know I have to show up on film like this and I'm not editing. Oh, surprise. Okay. Hydrating cleansing wipes. Excellent for travel, guys. Excellent for travel. I really like this box. These I've never used. They do have the little things so you can like pull it open and then close it back up. So I really like that. And we're going to just move right along to day number 24. This is the very, very, very last day of 24. So if you've opened all of these, it doesn't matter which order you open it if you do find this at the store and you're buying your own because they are opened in a very random way. So let's just go on day 24. Oh, that's different. That does not match the size of the box. It's cool. So, all right. Okay. I've got things to say. So very nice color. It's a nice shimmer color, great for the season, good for fall, winter, and you'd probably stop around there unless you really like a dark color on your face during spring and summer. But it has a nice shimmer to it. I've never used any of their beauty products in terms of like makeup eyeshadow stuff, but I think that could be really nice. Okay, so things I have to say, my takeaway from this. So this is all 24 days right here. I did draw something and I can't find it, so I'll find it later and take pictures. But what do I think? I think that this is an excellent beauty box. I think that this is probably one of the more well-rounded boxes that kind of feels like it's for everybody, and I do really like that. Now, the only upset I have, the only thing that I think is kind of lame is this little thing right here. This thing. I don't care for it. I don't know because I've never used it, and that's it. That's the only thing here that I'm like, it wasn't necessary. I would have much rather have gotten another cream or some other cleanser. And with that being said, I also kind of really wish they would have included more than a top coat and regular. So unless this already has like a base coat built in, it would have been nice to include a base coat. But outside of that, this is perfectly curated. I think that's great for everyone. And I think that the price point kind of matches what we're doing here. Again, all of these things are probably going to go into my travel boxes. I look forward to having a girls' night. If you do not like spending a lot of money on teachers, this is a really good way to break up some of those things. Like if you're doing like a $5, $10 gift card to like Dunkin' or something, and then you're doing like, I don't know, hydrating wipes and some cream, like that's a dope way to build out a gift for someone. Also, if you have stocking stuffer stuff that you need a stockings for, or if you have teenage girls, or if you have teenage kids that like this stuff, or if you have like adult kids. And I also feel like, and I know like whatever gender stuff, right? This can absolutely be non-gender, non-binary, very easy to, because it's not makeup heavy. And even if it is, like who doesn't need a little mascara here and there? So I'm fine with that. But I think that like in terms of like everybody can use everything here. I do wish that they would have included maybe some blues in here to kind of like make it really for everybody, because I don't necessarily like pink. But I mean, it's fine. But I think it's a really cool box. I think it's super good. I think a lot of people would enjoy this box, and for $99, it's hard to say that this is great for $99. I don't think we should ever spend $99 on anything though. So for $99 in terms of the what was included, in terms of what was included was great. The price point was great for all of these items. I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of. I don't feel like these are a waste, except for this little thing, which some people might really love. I know people buy them for a reason, and I'm just old-fashioned. But it gave you a really well-rounded gift for yourself. And if you need to care for yourself, if you don't care for yourself, if you don't even know where to start, this might be a great place to start because it includes everything. So yeah, this is dope.